Even with a small gesture, you can make a big difference. And it is these small gestures that make you different. Mr. Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, now I remember how different I was a year ago. I thought words like please, sorry, thank you, were not for me. Because if you say them enough times, people tend to take you for granted. That's what I thought. A year ago, on Christmas Eve, me and my friends planned to party. Now I stay with my parents. So whenever I have to go out, my father will ask me one question. By when will you be back? And I, like an ideal Indian boy, would always lie. Dad, I will be back by 7. I promise. In those bustling shops of Park Street, me and my friends decided to do something that only teenagers do when they want to appear overtly manly. And in the process, I lost track of time. By the time I went home, it was 11. I rang the doorbell. Ding dong. The door opened. It was my mother. Thank God. I went in, I asked, hey ma, where's Dad? He is sleeping. Why are you so late? We were waiting for you. I decided to explain to her, see ma, I'm grown up now. I made new friends. I can stay at home for the entire day. Now, my mom is that kind of a person whom you can never win an argument with. She uses my arguments at me. She said, if you were grown up, we would not have had this conversation. She called me a kid. How dare she? I barged into my room, indignant at how my freedom in this house was taken for granted. There I decided not to eat that night. While I was sitting alone in my room, and my laptop screen was playing a lot of YouTube videos. My mind was already racing with 1,000 thoughts. I remembered how my friends would always party at a place of their convenience. And I had to travel from Uttar Pradesh to join them. Was my availability for my friends taken for granted? I remembered how every time I had to go outside my house, my parents would ask me 1,000 questions. Was my privacy in this house taken for granted? Was I taken for granted by everyone? And while I was trying to process these thoughts, on my screen I saw a small girl dancing, the most beautiful dance that I had ever seen. Everyone in the crowd stood up and gave her a standing ovation and said, bravo! Well done! Well done! The girl said nothing. She just looked sideways at her father. Her father was standing at the side of the stage, and he gestured. She could not hear. But still, she decided to reply. It means, thank you. Now I could not understand why she did this. What was there to be grateful for? Even if she wanted, she could not compliment her beautiful dance with a fantastic song. She could not, because she was not born with a voice. The world had wronged her. Why was she grateful? Her father translated what she said to the crowd in sign language. Father said that she is grateful that you all came here to watch her dance. Do we sometimes miss being grateful to people who love us? Remember that every time my friends would go out, they would always give me a call. It doesn't matter if I said no to them 100 times. I remember that even when I was back at home at 11 p.m. at night, my parents were waiting for me. And it was me who thought I was taken for granted. I went into my living room and I found a covered plate. I opened it and it had the most beautiful Christmas cake. I ate it because I was hungry. Then I wrote a note. Ma, the cake was delicious. Thank you. The next day, I saw my mother's face was smiling the entire day, and it made everything worth it. Fellow Toastmasters, today is Christmas Day. I know many of you have received gifts, and many of you will receive gifts. But every one of us has many, many gifts that we don't realize, that we have taken for granted. So the next time you meet some of them, call them up, look them in the eyes while you say those magical words to them. For being in my life. For